Look at this beautiful flower. Oh, isn't it beautiful? This three-dimensional flower. You guys want to learn how to make it? I'll show you how right now. You guys want to do it? It's super simple, super easy to do. So welcome to my channel. My name's Crystal from Bagoday Crochet, where we talk about everything that is yarn and crochet related. And I have lots of crochet tutorials, not just flowers. I have everything. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of everything. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like that type of thing. We do talk about yarn as well. Also, if you like that type of thing, hit that subscribe button. But anyways, let's talk about this flower. So I'm going to be teaching you how to make today. It's very simple. You're going to need to know how to do the basic stitches of such as single and double crochet, and then you're going to want to know how to do the front post double crochet. So this is a 12 petal flower. Look at that beauty. Think of everything that you could do with that. You could do so much stuff with that. So three-dimensional looking, yet so easy to do. I'm going to give you step-by-step instructions. This is just a brooch that I purchased at Amazon a long time ago. You don't have to add that. You can add a button to the center. You can leave it plain. Oh, excuse me. It's your flower. You do whatever you want to do with it. I'm going to save mine for, I think, next time maybe I make a hat or a bag and put it on there. I think it's so, so pretty. So let me give you a little bit of a measurement of it before we go ahead and start with it. So this particular flower is about almost 7 inches across. Yeah, about 7. And like I said, it's absolutely stunning. I'll show you the back of it. So this is what the back looks like. You can see that it does have these chains, but they're pretty tight on there. I think if I was to sew this onto something, I'd probably use these chains to sew it on with. Sew through these chains. That would make it nice and sturdy. Anyways, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. All right, let's talk about the yarn that I use. All right, I'm gonna set that to the side. All right, so for that particular flower, I use Loops and Threads. It's a Michaels brand, Soft Classic. It is just a medium weight number 4, 100% acrylic yarn. The color that I used is bright red, and then the little bit that you see in the center is the same, and it's the color. This one is called Butter. Now you don't have to use this yarn. In fact, you don't even have to use a 4-weight yarn. You can use thread if you want. You can use thread, 1-weight, 2-weight, 3-weight, 4-weight, 5-weight, whatever weight you want, whatever weight you have. This is a great scrap project. So it probably don't take that much yarn, maybe 50, 60 yards, maybe. That's just a guess. I'm just guessing at that. And then of the yellow, you know, not very much of that either. 20. Yeah, I'll just say 70 on the red just to be, you know, make sure you have enough. Just a guess, but remember, you can use any weight that you want. Now, if you don't use a 4-weight like I did, I would recommend using the hook size on whatever yarn you use. You know, color combinations are endless. The type of yarn that you use does not matter. Whatever you want to use, you know, it's. I'm just show you how to make it. You do it how you make it in the colors that you choose and whatever yarn weight that you want. I would go with the recommended hook on whatever yarn that you choose. So for mine, the 4-weight yarn, I am using a size I, which is a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. Now remember, if you choose to use a different size other than a 4-weight, just follow what is recommended on the back of the yarn that you chose. So, do you guys want to give us a go? I promise you can do it. You'll be whipping these up in all different colors. It's so pretty. I love it. All right, let's do it. All right, so we're going to start the center of the flower a little bit differently than what we normally would do. So we're going to take our yarn, and we're going to put it on our finger, and we're going to wrap it around our finger approximately 15 times. It doesn't have to be exact, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so there you got a big old wrap. Now this is we're going to pull off our finger. This is going to act as the circle that we crochet into. So go ahead and put your hook through, and here make sure you get all the loops on it. All right, except for this one. This is the one that's still attached to your yarn. So we're gonna attach to our ball. So we're gonna go ahead and pull that one through. Don't worry about that tail that's hanging. We'll take care of that later. All right. Okay. Pull it through like that. And then we're going to chain one like that. So this right here is going to act as the ring that we're going to work through, and we need to put 24 double crochets, doubles, through the center of that ring. So it's going to be a tight fit, but we can do it. So don't count that chain one. We're going to yarn over and go through that ring. Make sure you don't get caught up in any loops. Pull your yarn back through and double crochet. All right, there's one. Now I want to do it 24 times. There's two. See, I'm just going through that little bitty circle. And they're going to be pretty tight together, and that's okay. There's three. You keep sliding them over if you want. There's four. And I'm going to continue until I get a total of 24 double crochets through the center. Don't worry about this guy. Just crochet him in if you want. That little tail that's hanging, he's always hanging around. All right, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do 20 more, and I'll meet back up with you at the beginning. Remember, it's going to get really tight, and that is just fine. Just keep sliding your doubles over if you need to. All right. I mean, there still might be a hole left in the center, and that is just fine too. All right. All right, 24, and I'll meet back up with you. All right, so I've made it back around, and I have my 24 double crochets. It's poofy. It's supposed to be. And there's a hole in the center. That's fine too. If you got a hole, it's cool. If you don't, that's cool too. So I'm making the 12 petal flower. Now, if you prefer a 10 petal, you could take out 4 stitches and just work with 20 double crochets, and that would give you 10 petals. So we're going to do 12 petals. So I have 24 double crochets here, and I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into my first one, and then I'm going to tie this off this color because I'm not going to use it anymore. That's just for the center. Now I'm going to bring in the main color that you want to use for your petals. So I'm going to bring in the red. Now you can start anywhere you want. I'm going to start right here where we left off, I guess. And I'm going to pull my new yarn through. And I'm going to do a little bit of a tail tie here. I'm going to take the tail of my red and the tail of my yellow and tie a little knot here. And later we can sew them in, okay? This is just so it doesn't slip away from us. And I'm going to cut them a little shorter too, because they're going to be in my way while I'm working. But I want to leave enough that I can sew in. Alright, let's go. Alright, so I'm going to start off with the chain 1, and then we're going to go back into this very first stitch that we just started into, and we're going to work a double crochet. Just like that. And now we're going to start the repeat. We're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are going to skip 1 stitch and double crochet into the next. And this is what we're going to do all the way around. So again, we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 1 and double into the next. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 1. Skip and double into the next. So I'm going to do this all the way around until I get back to my starting point. Chain 4, skip 1, and double into the next. All right, so I'm going to do this all the way around, and I'll meet back up with you at the starting point. All right, I'm coming around, and I have 1 stitch left here to skip, which is right here. So I'm going to make sure I chain 4, and I'm going to end by slip stitching into the top of my first double crochet. And you should have 12 of these chain 4 spaces now. All right, let's go ahead and start. We're going to start off by chaining 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. We're going to turn our work, and then we are going to slip stitch into the top of this double crochet right here. Like that. And then we're going to chain 2. 1, 2, and we're going to turn our work again. All right, so we're going to be working in this chain space. So we have this chain 2 on our hook. We want to put 10 double crochets just right through this chain space. So there's 1, 2, it's gonna 3, 4, and we're going to keep going until we get 10. You can slide them over if need be. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there is 10. All right. Now what we're going to do is this double crochet that is right below it, we're going to work a front post double crochet. This is what's going to give it the 3-dimensional effect. We need to work 8 front post double crochet around this double crochet here, and it's going to get very tight. So we're going to yarn over and go around and do our first front post double crochet. So there's 1. And remember, we gotta do 8 around this. Like I said, it's going to get tight. 2, 3, 4, 5. You can slide it up if you can. 6, 7. Oh, 1 more. There we go. And there is 8. So that's kind of what's give it its shape. Don't worry about that chain space there. We'll take care of that. We'll take care of that later. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and kind of flip this chain up, and we're going to put 1 slip stitch into the next double crochet. So we'll go right on top of it and slip stitch like that. We're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to turn. Now what we have to do is we have to do a single crochet kind of in the middle here somewhere of these 10 doubles and these 8 front post doubles. Just, it doesn't have to be perfect, just kind of anywhere in between them. To grab a spot. I try to grab one kind of loop from the back of the postage, and then maybe one from the where we did the 10, and then we do a single crochet. just like that. And then what we're going to do is chain 2, 1, 2, turn our work back, and we're going to work our petal again. So in this chain 5, we're going to work 10 double crochets. And there's 10. And now straight down here, if you look, this double crochet here is straight down from the 10 that we just did. We have to work 8 front post double crochets, and it gets tight. But it has to be tight, otherwise it's not going to give you that 3-dimensional effect. So we're doing front post double crochets, and we need to do 8 of them around this post. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now we're going to kind of repeat that again. So let's pull up this chain back here so you can expose this next double crochet, and we're going to slip stitch into the top of that double crochet like that. And then we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, turn our work, and then we need to single crochet somewhere. I always try to go somewhere in between the first front post double and the last of the double crochet where we did 10. I kind of go like in the side of it so it's not visible from the other side. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just somewhere around here. We gotta grab them. I'm gonna grab a loop from this one and then do a single crochet. Alright, and then we're going to chain 2 and turn our work back, and we're going to make another petal right here in this space. So it's 10 double crochets, and then in the double crochet right below, it's 8 front post double crochets. Alright, so the same thing that we've been doing. I'm going to go ahead and do 10 double crochets in this chain space, and then the double crochet that's right here, I'm going to do 8 front post double crochets around this. Alright, so I did my 10 and then I did my 8 front posts. As you can see, it's getting really curly and really wavy, but that's what we want. So we're going to repeat it again, and I'm going to show you one more time. So find this chain space back here, kind of pull it up so you can see that your next double crochet is visible right there. So we're going to slip stitch into it. And then we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn our work around. And then somewhere in between the last double crochet of the group of 10 and the first front post double crochet of the group of 8, I kind of just grab a loop from the back of each one of those stitches. Remember, it does not have to be perfect. Somewhere back here. And I single crochet that, kind of locks that in place like that. And then we're going to chain 2 and turn, and then we're going to start again with our petals. 10 double crochets here, and then 8 front post double crochets here. So we're back here, 10 regular double crochets, come straight down and do 8 front post double crochets. And then you would slip stitch, then you start again, you'd slip stitch into this double crochet, chain 5 and turn, and then you would just do your single crochet like we just did here, even kind of in the middle of these petals here. Chain 2 and turn, and start again with your petals. 10, and then 8 front post, and we're going to repeat this all the way around, and I'll meet back up with you when we get towards the end, and I'll show you how we're going to finish it off. All right, I'm coming around here, and as you can see, okay, I did 10 double crochets, and then I did my 8 front post double crochets, and we still have to make one more, but what we want to do is slip stitch into the same double crochet here that we started in. So go ahead and go into that one and slip stitch, and then you begin by working your chain of 5, turn your work, and you know, go in between your stitches here to do a single crochet. Chain 2, and then you turn back. Now you want to go ahead and finish your last petal out by doing your 10 doubles, and then around this last post here we're going to do our 8 front post doubles. All right, 10 doubles in this chain space, 8 front post doubles around here, and then I'll meet back up with you and we'll end it. All right, so I just finished my 8 front post double crochet around that last double crochet. Now I'm going to show you where we're going to end it. So you see this chain space here, and there are no more places that we could really, you know, we can't do more. It looks like there's no place to slip stitch. What we're going to do is slip stitch here, go right, follow this chain right across, and like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you can go right around that chain that we made for this group of 10 doubles and slip stitch into that space like that. Pull it up, tie it off. Okay, now what you gotta do is kind of, you know, you gotta fix it up a bit, but yeah. So let me go ahead, and if you need to spread out your 10 double crochets across your chain like that, you know, and then your 8 front posts should be kind of wavy, the part making it look three-dimensional. Just fiddle with it for a minute, get it straightened up, hide all your tails, and then you got one good looking flower. Let me hide my tails and I'll be right back. All right, there it is. Isn't that pretty? So, you know, just straighten it up. It's really easy. I take these 8 front posts, and then here's my 10 doubles, and just kind of twist them the opposite directions there, right where they start, and that gives it that nice three-dimensional look, gives it a nice curve, and it's looking excellent and mighty fine. That's all there is to it. One more thing I'm gonna do, sorry about my dog, is I have this brooch. I got it at Amazon, I think, years ago. I'm gonna pin it in the center just for decoration, like that. Now you don't have to do that. Or we could put a button in the center, or we could just leave it as is. It's completely up to you. The sky's the limit. You can use this beautiful flower to sew on things, or, oh man, that's pretty. You could make a bunch of them and make like, I'll pin that on. It's just a little brooch. But right now I'm just going to sit there. There's so many things you could do with it. Pin it to a shirt, pin it to a hat, oh man, you can make pin it to bags. You could, I don't know, really, the sky's the limit. Only your imagination can take you places that you could Never imagine. So, I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Look at the description box below. You'll see a link to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of free tutorials. Free. They're all free for you to enjoy. I don't just make flowers. I make everything. But I do have a lot of flowers as well. And clothing and blankets and hats and anything that you could ever want. So hit that subscribe button, that like button, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye, guys.